Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, LFC fans around the world. This is another post-match review of the game against Leverkusen yesterday, which resulted in a 4-0 win for Liverpool. What a game, excellent result, and really just shows how Slot has taken over, looked in the boot, use a car analogy. No, it's not too bad. Just give it a little clean, little oil change, and let it go. He has kept it simplistic. And I will say that is probably the best 90 minutes we've had this season so far on the Slot. And it's delightful to watch. It's incredibly satisfying when you can see what the manager's doing. You can see a manager's actively involved in ensuring that when things aren't going right, he immediately rectifies that and keeps it simple doing so. So look, starting lineup, as we should know, Tsimikas. So I call for Tsimikas to start. I feel Tsimikas deserves his chance, and I feel he had a pretty good game. Tsimikas, in fact, showed me why he should be a bit more aggressive and knocking that door for first team start, because he was a breath of fresh air. Pacing good, his combination with Virgil in terms of the passing, his combinations with also Gakpo was excellent. He was always in the right position, and defensively he was in the right position. He played really well, and I think he's really knocking that door for a starting position in terms of Aston Villa. Virgil, El Capitano, another solid game, as you would expect. Rolls Royce, total Rolls Royce. And that contract needs to get sorted, because we have got probably one of the best centre-backs in the Prem ever. And we need to recognise that. Just because he makes something look simple doesn't mean you don't recognise and give him his flowers. And El Capitano captained the team excellently yesterday. Then we get to Man Mountain. Ubu Konate. Pre-season, came back, France, and, he wasn't Ubu I'd expect, and he didn't start. But then he came on for Kwanzaa, and he kind of showed people who Ubu is. This guy is excellent. Aggression, controlled aggression. Sometimes he should lose his head a little bit. And I think Slot at one time this season had to tend to calm down. But even with Klopp, he used to lose his head in terms of the tackles, how he's coming to tackles. Now he seems a lot more timed. His timing when to get in for the tackle. His aggression. Boniface had no chance. Boniface pulled off into his position, and he had no chance against Ubu Konate, to the point he almost gave up. He was a colossus, and he's been so since he came back in the second half. He has been a total colossus. And, well, long may it continue. Luckily, his injury wasn't serious, but, I did want Gomez to start to give him a bit of a break, but he was on and he played excellently. And then, obviously, we have Trent. Trent, look, you know me, I give Trent critique when it comes, but defensively, Trent was there today. First half, as the whole as a team, we weren't at the races, and Trent was giving the ball away a little bit too often. Not as much as the Brighton game, but a little bit too often for my liking. But defensively, considering what he was up against, which was, he had Boniface pulling off to left-hand side, and he had Frimpong as well. So, that was a worry. But he did well, defensively well, and came into his own again in the second half. So, plaudits to him. And Gravenberch, again, seeing Gravenberch connect the dots again, better performance, but he doesn't drop off much in terms of performance. He's not like he's a 10 and gets to a 5. He's always consistent. Looking at 7.58. McAllister, again, and I looked at it critical, first half, giving the ball away. I was just so many times I've seen McAllister give the ball away. Again, got better over the second half. but we're still not seeing the McAllister we're used to seeing at the moment. And I think he knows that, because at times you could see he was getting frustrated within his own self in terms of his passing, sometimes even positioning. There was a point where Virgil was telling him, you need to get back in that position, because he wasn't there in that position to be available to receive the ball. And then we had Jones. So Jones instead of Szoboszlai, and Jones again, I'll critique everyone. First half, not really a racist, but the team wasn't racist. Although we were competing well against a very, very good technical team in Leverkusen who had more possession. And although we got through the first 10, 15 minutes, they then came into their own in controlling the game, and there was times we couldn't get the ball off them. But Jones again got into his own in the second half. And we saw a fantastic pass, which I'll talk about later. And obviously we had Diaz. But Diaz, and I'm sure at the start it felt like Diaz was actually playing left wing. But then after about 5-10 minutes, it seemed like Diaz then came, and then Diaz was playing as the number 9, with Gakpo on the left and then Salah on the right. First off, like I said, it was cat and mouse. Both teams seen what the other had. It was not that intriguing a game. And sometimes cat and mouse games are like that. We were giving the ball away a little bit more than I want to, and Leverkusen made sure we didn't get it back too quickly. It then became a second half where we started to see Liverpool turn it up, with the Anfield crowd really giving the best atmosphere we've had so far this season. Jones getting on his own, getting into his own, showing his form, showing you why the coach trusts him, and the coach was very, very complimentary of him later on. Lovely pass into the box for Diaz running in, and Diaz has been criticised last season for giving away like opportunities and not scoring when he's had opportunities. But he's never been, I feel, many times in a position where you could say, yeah, it's banker to score. And he got in there and just chipped. Eloquent chip over the keeper. Fantastic. 1-0 to Liverpool. And the clock was going mad. Clock was going mad. You could hear it through your TV screens for us armchair supporters. You could hear it. You could feel the sense that, Liverpool again, we're cranking that wheel. Slot has seen something in the first half that wasn't working, which was Boniface coming to the left-hand side, coming away from Virgil, causing little problems, especially in terms of the press and stuff like that. And he changed it. He just tinkered, made a little change. Diaz playing up front, who would have expected that? Who would have expected it? But he thought, okay, the defender likes big players, let's give him someone else. And that's excellent. Salah was up against Nkappi, and Nkappi was getting really physical with him. You could see Salah's not one to show that anger and aggression at times. He keeps it controlled within his form and play. But I think he was to lay one in on Nkappi, because there's one bit later on where Salah basically gave him a push, because he had enough. He had enough of being pushed around and all that kind of stuff in Nkappi. And Salah would let you know. And Salah had a great second half. Assist, unbelievable. Opportunities missed when he had a chance, but his assist, excellent. Just the ball in for the second goal, just first cross into a flying headed Gakpo, was a work of art. VAR checked it, it wasn't offside, it was a great goal, and that was 2-0, and you could feel the sense that we were going to go up for more. Every attack will come through. Later on, changes made. Later on, Szoboszlai comes up for Jones. Later on, we get Núñez on. And nothing really changes. We just keep on looking aggressive, now controlling the defence totally. Kwanzaa comes on later on to give Konate that standing ovation that he deserved, about 87th minute. But Diaz, 83rd minute, attack, gets that touch, finish it, and 92nd minute, the last goal, Diaz hat-trick. Well done. Excellent. And that's we wanted Diaz to score goals, and he did. Beating a team like Leverkusen 4-0 is no easy feat. Leverkusen, when you look at the statistics in the game, 52.9% possession compared to 47.1. Shots, 12 shots Leverkusen, 22 for us. On target, 8 for us, 4 for Leverkusen. And blocks, 9 for us, 3. That shows you how our players just wanted to keep that clean sheet. And were getting their bodies in the line. Konate, Virgil took a header, splashed, took the ball right from a shot, right into his temple. Konate did one in the first half. We're getting bodies in the way because we didn't want to go. Kelleher, 2 great world-class saves. Back to back. The spirit, commitment and energy of this team right now, it's something that we've had that with Klopp, and we do know that. And we're seeing that with the new manager. There's been no negative bounce. It's been positive. He's calm, he's reflective. He works closely with individual players' technique, gives them the coaching in regards to, and the feedback is that the players find his way of managing, and it's not a diss on Klopp, because Klopp is Klopp and Slot is Slot. But they find out what he's doing is helping them even further to work on their technique. And we're seeing that with nearly every single player. I could speak about Tsimikas seeming a lot more confident now. But Tsimikas, compared to Robbo, when the play is closing him, he still finds the angle to play the pass where Robbo's always going back. Now I saw when Robbo came on, Robbo started to do a bit of that where he's finding the angles with a pass. There was one move where he played it leading up to a goal because he didn't check back. Konate, so much more confident now. Not so aggressive coming out for the ball, more timed. Jones, more confident, not holding the ball so much, learning how to release and when to release it. Gravenberch, we spoke about his confidence. Diaz, more confident, getting into the points we need him to score. Gakpo, showing his stature more now. It's the last few games, Gakpo has really, really grown and flourished. The goals apart, his game, all-round game. Nunes, I know people are still critical, but Nunes, again, more confident on the ball. If it was Nunes slipped for a shot, then led to the goal for Diaz. And Salah, who is creating more opportunities now in the Premiership than Salah is. All these individual parts and components are coming together. And so now Liverpool find themselves 12 points, top of a Champions League, and top of the Premiership. And let's hope it continues. Nothing's been won yet, and the coach has always been grounded. But it's excellent performance at the moment. It's effervescent football. We're starting to see the hybrid now, what I call the Klopp energy. I think you see this a lot at home with our fans, where even Alonso had to comment about he knew it was coming. The fans were going to make that opportunity for the players to then really push, and he could see the players really energetic once we got that first, and he knew what was going to come. Because that's what the magic of Anfield is. You can't take that away with you away from home, but at home it's almost a banker. Nottingham Forest is the only issue. But look at it this season. We have played 16 games. Only drew 1 and lost 1. That is amazing. Only drew 1 and lost 1 and won all the other games. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Well done. Please let me know if you'd had a different starting lineup, who you thought man of the match is. I felt Diaz, but then Konate was great, and Salah had a good game, and especially the second half. And Jones had a pretty good game. Probably have to say Diaz, because I think overall you're going to give it to the attacker who scores 3 goals. But, let me know what you feel. Let me know your starting lineup. Please like, subscribe, and click on notifications. And see you. The next one we've got Aston Villa coming up. So there'll be a pre-game post in regards to Aston Villa. Another important game coming up. But Please like and subscribe, and speak to you later.